Jeju has a special place like in my heart, not to be corny, because there's something very special to me about this island. And it's not the tourism, but a lot of it has to do with the culture and the people. You know, there's one thing I always tell people about Jeju, and it's that, you know, yes, Jeju is Korea, but Korea is not necessarily Jeju. Jeju is distinct from Korea. It has its own, you know, Jeju Satori, Jeju dialect. It has its own culture. It has its own history. And that's not something you find everywhere.
Yeah, 얼마꽝.
얼마 얼마 is like the Korean part. 얼마예요 is how you would ask her.
I made a very specific decision to move here. I was interviewing for jobs on the mainland, and just one day I happened to see a picture. I think I saw a picture of Sunrise Peak, Seongseong Ilchbong, and I thought, that's beautiful. And then I did not interview for anywhere else, so I came here very deliberately to live here. And then what really kept me, if I had to be honest with you, is I love the nature. You get everything on Jeju. You get the mountains and you get the ocean. You get the farms and you get the city life. So really, Jeju, all in one small island, just has so many interesting things about it.
Well, I mean, my job, I spend like 10 hours a day writing. So I figured I had enough writing. I wanted to try something different. I'm constantly reading, I'm constantly doing news, I'm constantly learning all that kind of stuff. And Alexis is quite outgoing. She organizes parties and she knows a lot of people. And so we thought it'd be good to come together. Well, we started doing it, well, because it is my interest, right? Like I've been working on, like I said, a book about it. So I've been doing interviews with survivors. And so it's always kind of on top of mind. But also it was recently April. And I thought it would be good to inform non-Jeju residents who speak English about what happened here. Because, like I said, I don't think many people know about what happened here 70 years ago. So it'd be good for people who come here to have at least a little bit of understanding about Sasam. Here today to talk to us about what's going on with 4-3, her work, and a recent
My main thought about Sasam is that it's really important to understand it. And even trying to understand it, there's so many different pieces of Sasam, of the history here, of the sadness here. There's so many different pieces, like a puzzle. All of us living here on this island, Koreans from Seoul, Koreans from Busan, Jeju Koreans, and the foreigners alike, should really take some time and educate themselves about the history of this island.
When I first got here, like I didn't know that when you land at the airport, you're actually landing at a memorial, like a site where there are bodies still under the tarmac. I didn't know when I speak to my in-laws or speak to any Jejudomin that this is their personal history, and it permeates everything here. It permeates all the lives, and it permeates so much of the culture and the way people react to politics and so much of what happens on Jeju. And it's now my daughter's history too.